They can spend more time at home, and they spend more time with their children while having a job at the same time. Okay. Now, there are, of course, other advantages of the internet that are mentioned in the text. For example, the first one, we are talking about the email. The email has replaced the traditional letter. So, what is the result? The result is that you don't have to buy stamps anymore, because if you need to write a traditional letter, you must have an envelope, you must have a stamp, and it is more expensive, of course, than an email, and it takes more time. So the email is much faster and cheaper. Something else, you can create new social contacts around the world. This is something that cannot be done easily if you don't have an internet connection. So, who benefits from this? Well, chatting with different people from around the world is a comfort to people who cannot go out to find friends in real life. Maybe because they have personal problems, they are too shy to face people, or maybe they have health problems, they cannot leave their houses. And something else, it is also easier for people who are afraid to look into the other's face while talking. So if you don't have the courage to face people, to look into their eyes, it is of course easier to write on the keyboard and to send what you wrote. Okay. Now, as I told you, this is a reading that will lead to writing. So we're going to start with the writing. I told you this is an article from your school magazine. So after reading and understanding this article, this is what we did together, you felt that what it affirms is not always true, and that the internet can be a curse too. Well, we saw that this article is talking only about the advantages, but you feel that the internet is not only a blessing, it is a curse too in some cases. So you decided to write your own article to be published in the same magazine in order to show that the internet is a blessing in disguise. What is meant by a blessing in disguise? Remember when we talked about the phones, the cars, we said that they have advantages, and at the same time, these advantages hide behind them many curses. So this is the meaning of a blessing in disguise. It looks as a blessing, but if we look deeper, we notice that it's just a disguise and that in reality it is a curse. So, as always, we don't write like that right away. We have to follow some steps. First, there are some questions we need to ask. What are we going to write? Well, we're going to write an article for the school magazine to be read by pupils, by teachers maybe, so it's better to use a formal language. Also, what is the reason behind writing it? Why are we going to write this article? Well, we need to show that the internet is a blessing in disguise. Let's see, remember all the advantages we listed about the internet? Well, we're going to show that these blessings at the same time hide curses. We said that internet enables children to learn how to work with the computer. That's true. But is it really good for children to be exposed to computers at a very young age? Well, no, because children can be exposed to unwanted pictures, pictures that are not adequate for them. And also, a frequent use of the computer can lead to addiction, as we saw in the paragraph about TV. We said that it is possible to work on the computer at home. Well, that's good, but when you go home from work, you want to relax, you want to enjoy yourself, but here, work is just, the house is just a continuation of work. So home is no longer a home because it's not safe from the outer world. So home is just a workplace. There is no distinction between them. And also, we said that the email has replaced the traditional letter. It is faster and cheaper. That's good. But we should not forget about writing traditional letters. We have to write letters sometimes. And you can create new social contacts around the world, that's true, but it's difficult to trust all the internet users. And we need to develop social abilities. We cannot live in a virtual life. Now, this means that the internet is a blessing in disguise. Now, we need to organize ourselves. In the introduction, we just write general ideas about the internet, and we write our main idea. For example, we can say, even though the internet is beneficial, it hides many drawbacks. In fact, the internet is a blessing in disguise. The body, we're just going to talk about the drawbacks of internet. We can use counter-arguments. We can say, it is true that the internet enables children to learn how to use a computer, but a frequent use can lead to addiction. And the conclusion, we just recapitulate, and it is good to use some quotations or proverbs that we know, like internet, like any other technological innovation, can be compared to a knife. In the hands of a criminal it kills, but in the hand of a surgeon it cures. In other words, we must use it wisely in order to make the most of it. That's it. I think it's time for me to leave you. I hope I was helpful. Thank you for your time and thank you for your attention. Hoping to see you in other lessons. Thank you and enjoy your time.